Hello, Empower Her Oasis. So I'm coming to you today just to talk about some things. I was on social media the other day and I was hearing about a comedian who had an interview at a radio station, and they decided to go off on the host of the radio station because they didn't mention their show that was going on. I'm not going to mention the comedian's name because the post is not about the comedian. Y'all know in Empower Her Oasis, we are not about dragging each other. We're about uplifting and encouraging each other. But when I saw that, it reminded me of some things as women, because we're always trying to level up. We are always trying to better up, right? And so when I was thinking about it and I watched the replay of the comedian going off on the host because she was upset, and I felt bad. I felt bad for that comedian. And what it reminded me of is something that a lot of us as women, we face. We go around projecting, right? A lot of us are filled with anger. We're filled with bitterness. We're filled with pain. We refuse to go get the counseling or the medication or whatever kind of help we need to be healing, to be whole. And rather than going to get the help we need, we end up cutting people, or let me say this, we ended up bleeding on people that didn't even cut us. I was thinking about when I was watching this particular comedian, when I was a nursing professor, and we used to talk about the blood in the classroom. And one of the things that we talked about was platelets, right? And to bring a clear picture to my students of how platelets work is they travel through your veins, and it's almost like a fix-a-flat. I don't know if you ever put fix-a-flat in your tire, but if you have a hole in your tire, it's a fix-a-flat, comes in a can. You can get it at any auto place. You put it on the stem of your tire and you just press in, and what it does, it puts this foam in your tire and it travels through your tire, and any hole it patches it up. The foam does. It's the same way the platelets work. They travel through our veins, and any kind of holes that we have, it patches, just like that fix-a-flat patch a tire. It patches any kind of hole so we're not bleeding out in our body, right? And that's why it's so dangerous when patients' platelets are low, because they're quick to bleed out, and once they bleed out, they don't stop bleeding. And that's what's wrong with a lot of us. Even though we don't have a platelet disorder, we are filled with a lot of holes, a lot of pain. And just use your Barney imagination with me and just picture the vascular system. But instead of blood just flowing through your veins, you see the veins and you see blood leaking out the side of the veins. And that's the way we are in life. That's the way we operate. We go around, and the Bible tells us that we're supposed to overflow. God is supposed to pour into us, and then our love is supposed to overflow onto others. But instead of us overflowing like we should, we begin leaking on people. Again, we begin bleeding on people that didn't even cut us, sis. And so my encouragement today is, I don't know what made the comedian do what she did. I don't know what was going on at that particular time. I want to say she got back on a day later and she apologized and she just said she was tired. And yeah, sometimes being tired can make us a little bit grouchy, right? But sometimes it's not that. Sometimes we're just hurt. We're in pain and we're leaking on people. And we're not supposed to be leaking. Again, we're supposed to be overflowing our love onto people and not leaking bitterness and hatred and nastiness and toxicity, the things that we do. So my encouragement today is go get the help you need. Go get the help that you need, which let's picture the help as being platelets. Go get the platelets that you need so it can begin patching up those wounds. And sometimes that help is not a counselor. Sometimes it's just crying out to the Holy Spirit to heal the brokenness, because the Holy Spirit is more than able to heal your broken heart or to heal your childhood trauma or your adult trauma. And so let's just get the help we need, whatever that looks like. Help for everybody looks different. Some people are worse off than others. Some people need medications. Some people may just need a counselor. Some people may just need prayer. Some people may just need to get out the environment that they're in. But whatever that looks like for you, because again, when you picture Christ, if you think of yourself as being a water pitcher, right? And Christ is just pouring into you. And he pours so much, eventually that pitcher is going to begin to overflow. And it's going to touch everything around you, right? And so whatever's in you, it's going to come out. The question you want to ask yourself, what am I pouring out, or what am I leaking out onto others? Am I pouring out love? Am I pouring out kindness? Am I overflowing with blessings for other people? Am I overflowing with a smile? What is it? Generosity, or am I leaking hatred and animosity and meanness and bitterness? That's something we have to think about as women. But again, be empowered, be encouraged. We got this. You remember we talked about last week, the first step is just surrendering to God. So let's surrender, and let's not be a leaker. Let's be an overflower. With that being said, be blessed and be empowered.